So we're just gonna bypass spring and jump right into summer with both feet. We've had 5 straight days of blazing temperatures. Low to mid 90s for 3 consecutive days, and then 2 straight days of 100-degree temperature. Yeah, we're not having any spring, I guess. Although the weatherman does promise us that we're going to get some more seasonal temps soon. Right now, we're just melting in the heat. But we still got some seeds to plant, so let's get right into it. It's actually a light seed planting schedule today. We're only planting the summer and winter squash. So on the summer squash, it's really just our zucchini. That was the black jade one that I had no idea what the heck it was initially. We're going to be planting that. And then on the winter squash side is our spaghetti squash, our butternut squash, and our home-saved pumpkin seeds. It's a sugar pumpkin. So that's all we're planting today. So I'm going to plant 3 seeds in each of these types of containers. We'll fill up our containers. You don't have to start squash plants in the like indoors. They're such fast-growing plants that you can just wait till it's warm enough outside to plant them and direct sow them right in your garden. Because these black jade seeds are new, I'm not concerned about them not sprouting. The butternut squash and the spaghetti squash, though, I do have some concerns. Those are the Baker Creek seeds, and they've, as you know, been very hit or miss for me this year. They're 3 years old, and sometimes they sprout and sometimes they don't. I picked up this watering can at the Dollar Tree. This thing's terrific. It's got a nice rose end on it. Very soft water comes out. So I'm going to give them a good soaking, and then we'll label and put them to the side. I will actually move these indoors and grow them in my grow room, and that's because the squash really doesn't like temperatures below 70 degrees, thereabouts. We're like 80. Very sensitive to cold, and not even cold, but these kind of seasonal temperatures that we should be having, but aren't. So I will be growing them indoors just to protect the seed and get it to germinate. This is the butternut squash now. And I'm actually gonna maybe even triple plant these. Plant 3 seeds in each cell and hope that one will eventually germinate. In all honesty, I only want 1 or 2 plants as it is. The butternut squash has always been a very prolific producer for me. So just having 1 squash plant would be sufficient, but I might plant 2. And if all 9 seeds germinate, we'll just thin them out later. Somehow, I'm not anticipating that happening. Now we'll do my spaghetti squash. I don't think I grew the spaghetti squash last year. I did the butternut squash. But 2 years ago, the spaghetti squash did quite well for me. As you notice, I'm actually planting these seeds on edge. I'm trying to get them a little bit deeper into the soil there. Last but not least are the pumpkin seeds. And I'm kind of interested to see how this works out. Like I said, these are home saved seeds from pumpkins I grew last year. And I'm interested in finding out whether I did a good job on saving them. They are heirloom seeds, so there should be no problems with having saved the seed. And on most of the plants that I will be growing this year, I want to save at least some of the seeds from year to year so that I'll always have a fresh supply of seeds and not have the problems that I've had this year. We got the pumpkins planted now. We'll bring these inside and put them on the heat mat. And now I also want to pot up our horseradish. So just like the potatoes, I'm going to start off with equal amounts of peat moss, garden soil, and chicken compost, and then add the amendments into it, and then mix it up until it's well blended. So the soil has been wetted and thoroughly mixed. And so now, just like with the potatoes, we're going to fill up our buckets. This will probably fill up a little bit more because the containers that we're planting out of are a little bit bigger than what we were planting the potatoes out of. Now, as you can see, these plants have been growing like crazy. So if we put that in, that should put the top of the soil here at just the right level. And look how quickly that horseradish developed this nice root system here. It's not root bound at all. So maybe we're going to sit it right in here. And I'm going to fill in all around the root ball. And there we go. We've got one horseradish plant completed, 2 more to go. I gave away 3 others because I just didn't need that much horseradish. So I got 2 more plants to do. And now I'll water them in. Give them a good drink of water, help them settle down, because this dirt will settle. It's a nice overcast day today, so they shouldn't respond negatively to the transplant. And as you can see, all 3 plants looking really good. And now that they've got the room to grow, they've got a little bit of nutrient in the soil, I'm looking forward to them really taking off now. And we'll see actually how they do in these buckets. As I've said, these are 4-gallon buckets. So whether they need to be upgraded next year to 5 gallons or larger, we'll see. But right now, this should be enough to house the roots, and we'll see how they grow. So we've got our winter and summer squash started, including our pumpkins, and we up-potted our horseradish to its final container, and we'll see how this does now in the year to come. Temperatures are certainly ripe for these plants growing like crazy. But as I said at the start, the weatherman does tell us that we do have more seasonal temps in the near future. We'll see if that actually holds up. If you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.